think it's absolutely important to realize that you can accomplish a great deal if you apply your mind to it. And it's all a matter of perspective. It's a matter of you thinking that you can actually do this and that you're being um, short sighted if you're thinking that whatever you're working on is going to take a matter of moments. And that moment being, whether it's a day or a week or any other number that is arbitrary in your mind, everything takes time. It doesn't matter what it is. And the more bigger the thing that you're working on, the more important it actually is, the longer it actually takes, and the more difficult it actually is in your life. And I just want you to realize that every step along the way, you're going to doubt yourself and you're going to feel like you can't do it and you can't get up, you can't get going. But it's a matter of getting up and trying every day, taking that one little step. And I was thinking about all right, so there's lots of people in this world that don't have somebody in their ear reminding them that they can get up and they can try and they can do this. Um, and I want, and a lot of people have people that are dragging them down and sort of telling them that they can't do something or they're doing things behind their back. That a lot of political stuff, or maybe it's somebody that's in your family. It's often the people that are most closest to you, right? You're actually going to pay attention to them if they're very close to you, and if they're telling you you can't do something or the thing that you're working on is silly. And it might not necessarily be, it's never, ever actually somebody's going to be explicit about it. Maybe the odd person is, but they're very rude and you're going to discount them. It's often just that sort of little sideways look that somebody gives you. And then you're thinking to yourself, like, what am I doing here? Why am I actually doing this? And I want to tell you that what you're doing, it doesn't matter what project it is, as long as it's for the better of yourself, for the better of anybody that's out there, as long as you're doing it and you're actually executing and trying, it's a good thing. And that doesn't matter what particular thing that you're working on, whether it's an entrepreneurial venture, maybe some new product, maybe it is you are participating in a religious organization. It doesn't matter. Whatever is good for you is good, right? Like that helps you out, whatever that might be. And you might even think like, oh, okay, so this guy is telling me to do anything. And I'm thinking in my head some really like bad clubs that you can join and all those things that are destructive. Hey, you know what? Like some of that stuff, I know it's awful. And I know some of the things are not good, but there's something that's missing in you and why you actually join those things. And so what I would encourage you to do is look for ways to be constructive and look for ways that you can actually add value, but you can actually get that thing that's missing in your life from those other things that are still serving in different ways. And so, what you might get, right, is somebody might look at you sideways whenever you join something and they might not understand it, right? Like years ago, it was, you enjoying rock and roll. And there was lots of people that would have looked at you sideways if you would enjoyed rock and roll. They were much more explicit about it. But I encourage you to just get going and enjoy it. And if it's good in your life, if it's healthy for you and it makes you feel more complete, just by all means, do it. And those people that are looking at you sideways, it's taking me so long, right? Every once in a while, I get, I get comments that are not so nice and things like that. It's taken me a long time to realize, like, wow, those people that do that stuff, it's not me, right? Like it's somebody that is very much hurting on the inside. Wouldn't not even a million years think about think about doing bad onto somebody else. Yes, I've gotten bad service before. Yes, it's been really frustrating sometimes, but I would never think about doing things that tear other people down unless it's in the very split moment of the thing that you're doing. And I would never think about, like, how can I tear down somebody? I just think, like, if you're doing something that's good and it's healthy for you, just pursue that thing and realize that good doesn't make you happy often in the short term. Often things that are challenging they make you kind of miserable in the short term. Think about climbing a mountain. When you climb a mountain, you never feel good. When you're climbing that mountain, it feels awful. But it's good for you to do those things, right? It makes you a better person, makes you a different person. So I want you to realize, like, you know what? I'm the it's not going to feel good. I'm new. People are not going to understand why I'm climbing mountains. A relevant task to do is to climb mountains, but I do it for me, and I do it to make me feel complete. I do it because it adds value in my life. And I just want to encourage you, if you're doing those things, just keep doing it. It's good. And it doesn't necessarily, many things that add value in our life are never rational. They really are not. They're a stupid, poor decision. And we do it anyway. Listening to music is probably not very rational. It doesn't add anything to my life. I'm not any more productive listening to music. Climbing mountains, it is a big distraction, yet it adds a tremendous amount of value in people's life. I swim back and forth in a pool, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It adds zero value in terms of economic prosperity, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm complete. And I want you to sort of think about that. Anything that is adding value to your life, and it doesn't sort of, if it's adding value to your life, it doesn't have to be rational, doesn't have to make economic sense. It doesn't have to, you don't have to have approval from other people. You're never going to get approval from everybody, and they're going to want to tear you down, right? Like at the very minimum, you're not going to get approval. At probably, and then the norm is people are going to want to tear you down. So I want you to know that if you're doing it, keep doing it and keep trying every day. And it doesn't have to feel like you are doing something that is happy today, right? Like, I think this is a myth. It is an absolute myth to believe that we have to be happy every day. We just have to know that we're doing something that adds purpose and adds value in the long run. And it's that greater value that you're getting from this over the long run. That is the more important thing than instant happiness at this moment. And I want you to sort of think about that. Is like, how can I do better with myself over the long run by sacrificing a little bit of happiness today so that I can do better and do things that are more important than feeling that happiness today. And there's no part of it, when you're thinking about this, there's often many, not just days, but many, weeks, months, decades, where you might not be happy. But as long as you are doing it for the greater good, and you can justify that I am doing something that is beneficial to me and to other people, then that's a good thing. There's no, I exercise. I've exercised for decades. And during the moment when I'm going through it, it doesn't feel good. The next day does not feel good. I'm sore, I'm achy, and I know it's good for me in the long run. It adds value in my life, because when I take that out, I crave it. And I need to actually have that as part of my life to make sure that I function in any given day. All right. So I just want you to go and do your best. It doesn't matter if you're actually doing a lot or a little, or that it's at peak performance or not. Just do your best for today. That's it. Just, it could be a little bit, but just do your best and keep going every single day. All right. Take care and have a wonderful day.